Hey, hope you're having a good day. Sorry we missed yesterday, but some unavoidable things happen sometimes. But we're back with you today and hope that you have a great day and glad you're here with us for this brief little mini message. Now, this is the 8th commandment as found in Exodus chapter 20. This is verse 15. Very profound. You must not steal. That's it. Beginning and end. Beginning and end. You must not steal. So, this is a really, really important command, right? It is a foundational command for every human society. It establishes the right to personal property and your right to own and keep that property, right? Because you can't steal something that is not someone else's possession. So it really does that. I mean, it's obvious that God has entrusted certain things to certain people. And other people or even the government should not be permitted to take that property without due process of the law. And then when we break away from some of these kind of foundational things that God has set forth in culture and societies all over the world, right? Remember, the law is written on our hearts. Always got to remember that. That's why within cultures all over the world, we find certain things that are almost universal. So this idea is one of them. Now, if a group of people want to hold a certain amount of things in common, fine. That's your decision as long as you are freely doing that, right? The disciples in the early church, the Bible talks about in the book of Acts that they held things in common, that many of them, they sold property and land and gave it, to the church community. Perfectly fine, because they were doing that of their own free will. But theft is something totally different. Theft leaves behind the idea of free will. So I think this deals with personal property, and with keeping our culture in a safe and sustainable place. Because when you've got a free-for-all where people can just steal anything they want, you now have a major problem, and we're even seeing some of that within our own nation right now, and it's a problem. It's a big problem in certain areas of the country. So it's very clear what God has laid out here. And I think the heart behind it is mostly all for material possessions. But also when we think about it from a little bit more of a spiritual fashion, you can steal from God, right? God wants our time. God wants to use our talents. God wants our faithfulness. God has commanded us to give of our material resources to what I believe is the local church. That's what I see from Old Testament and New Testament principles. I see that in both places. So I think there's also a spiritual aspect there where we not only don't steal from each other, we don't steal from God. So this is a very simple but foundational commandment that has to function for a society and the church to function. Talk to you later.